Awesome. All right. I'm trying to get you out of the shot like that. All right, cool. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Mind Strong Alliance expert interview training. Today I have my good friend JuVan Langford here. JuVan is a men's empowerment coach. He also can coach women as well. If you picked up on that, you'd be a little bit worried if you're a woman thinking he can only answer questions for men, but that is so not true. He is an international speaker. He's a great friend of mine, and I've seen JuVan just grow in leaps and bounds over the last 2 to 3 years, and he's such an incredible and powerful speaker. And I have actually had the opportunity to be in workshops with him and just see the transformations that he can create within others right there in the room. And he's an incredible guy. So it's great for you guys to meet him now as he's rising up to reach an even higher level in his career. So I'm so excited. JuVan, thank you so much, mate, for joining us today. Awesome, brother. Awesome. Look, JuVan, can you give us just a little bit of a background on how this all started for you, just in a nutshell, and what really inspired you to go the route of becoming an empowerment coach and an international speaker? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm. For sure, for sure. And so would you say that that's because you've become more self-aware? You've given yourself space and time to become more self-aware so you can make better decisions on who you want to let into your life? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hmm. Yeah, beautiful. So, JuVan, can you let us know, and the Mind Strong Alliance members know, who is JuVan? Because I know you've gotten to know yourself a little bit better. So, who is JuVan? Yeah. Uh huh. Huh. Wow. Yeah. Wow. I love this. I love this. Uh, One of the Mind Strong Alliance members, Danny Turnbull, actually asked the question. I think it's so relative to follow on with, and it's she asked the question of what she wanted you to answer what a partner could do to help her husband release his attachment to his past and his story. And she said thank you as well, by the way. Hmm. Yeah. 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 Uh-huh. Yep. Yeah. I love you going this route, and thank you for sharing that for Danny as well. I'm sure she's grateful for it too, and appreciates it. I love that you're going this route because forgiveness is huge. It's a massive thing. It's something I've had to learn, throughout my life for sure. And recently, I had a moment where I got on a phone call. I was in LA and my mom was back in Australia, and there was something I was holding on to for a while to tell her, and I didn't think it really affected me that much, to be honest. And I was ready to tell her about something that she was going to hear about anyway. Is personal. I mean, it's out there, but it's like, I'm not going to go into it in this because there's no need to. But I shared it with her. Just before I shared it with her, I clammed up, and I was finding it really hard to say it to her. I'm like, there's something I need to tell her. And she's like, what's wrong, Joel? And I was trying to tell her, and I was like sweating, and I was like nearly crying, like my eyes were welling up, and I was just like, the words wouldn't come out of my mouth. And that's when I realized, I was like, whoa, this is really serious. This is some serious shit right here. And I was like, look, Mom, it's really hard for me to say this. And she's like, it's all right. I'll wait for you to be able to say it. And she's like, Joel, I just want to tell you one thing. I'm like, what's that? And she said, I love you. And she's like, I don't care what you did or what's happened or whatever. She's like, you can share it with me. And I told her. And the moment I told her, I was like, whew, like this is weight off my shoulders. And to be honest, I actually puked after it. After the call, I got really sick and I puked and I was out of it for the day. I just like had to be in bed. I felt like, wow. And I felt amazing the next day. I felt absolutely amazing. And so I didn't really know, like your body, as you know, is like a library. It holds its books, it holds the stories, it holds everything in it. And so that's what I needed. I needed for it to come out. So anybody that's listening right now, like there's things that you're holding on to. Forgiveness is one of the biggest things that you can do, is to really forgive that person that didn't show up when you expected them to. That forgive that person for not understanding, like, how life really is meant to be, and that they're still learning. And so forgiveness is huge, man. I practice every day. I say to myself, I forgive something or someone. It's huge. So sorry, man, we went a little bit off track there, but look, let's really understand this whole self-awareness thing. I think that a lot of people really are now starting to understand the power of self-awareness. But how would you advise somebody that is kind of just starting from scratch and they want to become self-aware? Because we're doing a self-awareness challenge in the Mind Strong Alliance right now. It's 30 questions over 30 days. And it's really interesting to see people really open up. And I feel like they're opening up even more and more. What do you feel is a great process from your end? Yeah. Uh-huh. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Reflecting over and over again. Right now, you're reflecting, right? You just held a weekend retreat or week retreat, yep. And now you're by yourself, sitting in this place. It's a beautiful place. You just showed me on the camera before. You got the whole ocean views and everything. But I think yeah, you're right. Like it's really about soaking it in and really appreciating the moments and reflecting and asking yourself powerful questions. Dude, if you could ask yourself one powerful question, what would that question be? And what would your answer be to that question too? Sorry. I'm in a hotel room right now, just everywhere, and we got a phone ringing. Like it, they're not giving up, man. They're not giving up. I'm gonna take the phone off the hook. Give me a sec. All right, we're good. Sometimes you need to take the phone off the hook. Exactly. Yes. Mm. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Mm. Yes. Wow. Wow, that's such a powerful question. We've shared so far 13 questions in the group, and by far your question is the most powerful question for self awareness. So thank you, man. Thank you. We'll feature that in the group. I'll credit you. Don't you worry. Thanks, man. Thanks. Wow, that's awesome, mate. I have a question by another member in the group. His name's Nash Mackay. He's actually from Australia. I know you've been out there before. Aussie. And he said, mate, I would love to know how to value myself more to be able to charge and build a business around my knowledge. I know that you've gone through this experience yourself. You've gone through the coaching where it's been like, you coach a client and you're like, you know what? I spent a lot of time on that. There's a lot of energy and I know that I'm worth more than this. And also you have members or clients where you know that they like just aren't valuing your time. So how do you work this conversation out? Uh-huh. Yes. Uh-huh. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. 100%. Mm. Yeah. Yeah. That's such a great answer. Such a great answer. And I mean that could go for anything in life too, right? It's you could change that conversation into just say you're interacting with somebody on partnering with them in business or going into some form of relationship as well. It's having that conversation where not the whoever says the number first, but like just creating a win-win in all situations. I think that's such a great perspective. Love it, man. Hey, let's talk about you and I real quick. When did you first hear of me, and when did we first meet? Because I think this would be a great example. No, this would be a great example for everybody that's checking this video out to understand how friendships, relationships, and networks work. Yeah. Oh my god, that's a long time. Yeah. You gotta be hungry. Hmm. Joe Brown, mate. He harassed me. He was going hard on me. He wasn't being very nice. He was like, "Why are you ignoring me? Why are you ignoring my emails? Why aren't you messaging back? I left comments on your blog." Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. Wow. Hmm. Mate, it's been absolutely incredible. I can definitely say it. And you know, in all fairness, at that time, I didn't understand the importance of collaboration as well. I was very much in my own space. I had my own shit that I was going through. And what I mean by that is, we talk about limiting beliefs in the My Strong Alliance. And really, my whole thing was like, uh, look, I had this thing where everything needed to be perfect. Growing up, everything needed to be perfect, perfect, perfect. Because I was always rewarded so well with when something was like really good. And so in a way, it kind of screwed me up for a little bit until I was aware of it. And for me, when I started Addicted to Success, it's like I didn't want to give any ownership or any responsibilities to anybody else. I had a Superman complex where I just thought I could do everything myself. I didn't want to break the piece of the pie for anybody else. And it was like essentially like a scarcity mindset, right? Because it's like, no, I can't give this much away because that'll be taken, and I can't let somebody do the design because it won't be as good as I do it. And sometimes it wasn't, in all fairness, but you eventually need to let go of that to know that, more importantly over everything, and I'm sure you can agree, JuVan, because you're taking massive action right now. I'd say that action is the antidote. I said that just before when we were on the call. It is the freaking antidote, man. Like, most people aren't taking the action. So you can worry about the little designs. You can worry about, like Nash was saying before, he wants to pay somebody on Fiverr to just get his site in play because he doesn't want to wait around for somebody to make a logo. And it's like that's the little detail stuff. Like, yes, you will eventually get the logo, and that is important at some point, but it's like, get the wheels rolling, get into motion, and take the action. Now, I want to drop in on this real quick. Just before this call, we talked about, and I told you that I respect you so much for how much you've grown in leaps and bounds, in the last year. Like, not even like 2 years, 3, 5, 10 or whatever. And I'm saying this, I'm highlighting this because I know a number of people in the group right now, they've casted their 10-year vision, they've done their 10-year game plan. And they're saying, well, yeah, I really want to get this. And I'm sitting there looking at it going, you're like literally around the corner from this happening in your life. And so the only thing that's really missing is the action. So for you, what else is there? Action is so clear, but what else is it that you did for yourself to be able to go from sleeping on your friend's couch to going through like 3 car accidents to struggling to pay rent because your landlord just doubled the price on rent to now like traveling around the world and you're hiring out, incredible spaces and coaching, the biggest number of people in your workshop that you've ever done before? Like, what happened, man? Where was the switch? Relationships. Yeah. Yeah. Huh. Yeah. Yeah. Mm. Huh. Yeah. Yes. Mm. Yeah. Mm. Wow. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. I love this. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Mm. Wow. Wow. Yeah. 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 Wow. You are. You're flying. I can feel the passion, bro. I can feel the energy and the passion and the momentum behind your words because you're living it and you're breathing it. And ladies and gentlemen, this is like what it's all about right here. And how can you tap into that for your own industry, for your own uh, mastery, like your own craft that you're uh, committing to right now? I love that you're talking about scarcity. It's like people think that it's easier to justify, but I think it's harder to live with it. People are just like justifying instead. Like you said, they're making excuses, but it's harder to actually live with having to make excuses all the time and not progress forward. So I love that, and it's like giving misery an eviction notice, like being like, you're not, misery loves company, and so you're calling your friends are like just as negative as you in that moment. You're not gonna progress. There's no way. They won't allow you to progress. They won't lift you up. All they're gonna do is keep you at that level and pull your shirt, man, and keep you there. You're not moving forward. Dude, there's so many mind blowings like in that moment. So I love it. Thank you, man. Thank you. JuVan, real quick, because this interview is raw and everything, I'm going to grab my battery pack because we're about to go out and you just keep spitting knowledge. So I want the flow to keep going. I don't want it to cut out. Give me 1 second. By the way, JuVan, where can they find you online? Let's put that in the middle of the interview here. Yeah. Wow. Thank you, Jay. So, guys, that's a perfect example of what a great friend is. So, I appreciate you, dude. Thank you. Thank you. Uh, JuVan, we focus on the four dimensions of success, right, in the Maestro Alliance. And the first dimension is values. What are your top three values in life? What do you value most? uh, Freedom. Hmm. Yep. Yeah. That's great. Thanks for sharing that. It gives people a good understanding of how well you know yourself, and also how that would work for them if they were to focus on what their values are. So, what about beliefs? Like, what beliefs do you feel somebody in your position would need to have to be able to speak, to be able to coach, to be able to write a book, even? You know, like, what are the kind of beliefs that you have in play, the empowering beliefs? Yeah. Huh. Huh. Yeah. Huh. Wow. Wow. Yeah. Whew. Yeah, that's amazing. This is what the group needs to hear for sure. Thank you, dude. What about the habits? What habits do you have in play that you find that super super power you up, that make your day very effective? You've unconsciously programmed your unconscious. That's funny. Yeah. That's great, man. That's great. Thanks for sharing that. And last but not least, skills. What skills have you had to acquire? High level skills that you feel has really elevated your business and your coaching and your speaking. Uh, huh, huh. Wow. This is it. Yeah. Mike's on fire. You're gonna have to drop it, dude. Oh, I absolutely love this. I love this. So many amazing points. You're hitting on so many amazing things. Look, we're getting close to the end of the interview. I just feel like I want to keep going because you've got so much amazing content. But for the sake of value and for the alliance applying this, you've given them a lot already. We're gonna wrap this up. What do you believe it takes to be mind strong? That's the answer right there. Hmm. Ha. Hmm. Yeah, it's incredible. I remember hearing recently that the frequency that the heart operates is higher than the brain. There you go. So you can come from there. Whew. That's 2.0, man. That's coming. I love it. I love it. Thanks so much, man. And look, we always end these Mind Strong Alliance trainings with the experts with a an exercise that the alliance can walk away with, that they can apply to their life right now. What is an effective exercise that you practice in your workshops or that you have exclusively for the alliance? Uh huh. Oh yeah. Wow. Yeah. Yep. Yes. Whew. If we don't know how to feel, it'll always be. Wow. That's deep. That is so deep. Thanks so much for sharing that exercise. You know, it's funny. I get most of the members to post a picture of them doing the exercise. I don't think we'll do the picture with this one. No, but I think that's true, man. The more that I've learned to love myself, the more I can walk around the apartment or the hotel or wherever naked. So, yeah, you gotta. Nah, come on, man. Yeah, I think yeah, it's about accepting yourself for who you are, and I think when you know your gifts, when you know your talents, when you know what you're truly capable of, you can accept everything else because you know that what you're capable of is so much more. Yeah. JuVan, you've been an absolute game changer, man. In the last 40 or so minutes, you've rocked the friggin' mic. It's on fire right now, and you dropped it a couple of times. But look, man, I appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. You're an amazing dude. If anybody wants to know more about JuVan, his events, his coaching, his workshops, please reach out to JuVan. He's on Facebook, just JuVan Langford. And yeah, add him. Start following us. We shoot a lot of videos together, and we link together, and we're traveling the world to all sorts of places together as well. So he's a game changer. Keep your ears and eyes open for him. And please apply yourself to that exercise that JuVan shared. JuVan, thank you, man. Any parting words that you want to leave us with, or are you good? Or in another way. There you go. Awesome, brother. Thanks a million, mate. Appreciate you. That's yeah. Bye.